Hey fellow Vault Dwellers, it's Angry Turtle, and in this video we are talking about light machine gun rework and contextual ammo drops, especially in regards to ultra sight. That seems to be the most common question asked in regards to next patch light machine gun and ammo. Therefore, let's dive in. First, good news. The light machine gun, what was in initial notes, it's not what actually in here being tested. Currently, light machine gun, instead of switching ammo to 45, just has 3 options for receivers. It can use 45 ammo, 308 ammo, or it can use 556. 45, 308, 556, standard, all ultra sight. Now, if you pay attention, there are big differences depending what you are using. So let's start from standard. Standard is switching now to be 556 ammo for light machine gun. It's not very important. It only means that you will, if you drop a fresh new light machine gun from enemies, it will be equipped with 556 receiver, which is good fire rate, decent range, and everything. The AP cost relatively low. That, keep in mind, that's a legendary that I'm using, so it does come with reduction to AP cost on it. Then you will be able to switch to 45, which will reduce damage, increase the fire rate, reduce range. Well, that's interesting creature. I don't know why really 45 is needed for it, but that's what it does. Then 308 will offer best damage out of 3. That's the highest damage out of the 3. The same AP cost, they all have the same. The best range out of the 3. The fire rate is the same as standard. Damage is higher. So 308 will be still the best receiver for light machine gun. So it's not changing. It will be the best. Now the changes to prime 308. This is to all prime receivers. So basically all prime receivers will now have significantly higher damage than the counterparts. It will as well provide weapons with improvement to range, quite significant, increase in AP cost, and reduction in fire rate. So that's a trade-off. Generally, prime will be the most powerful, but there is a trade-off. For some weapons, the AP cost will be quite significant change. And even though I want to mainly talk about light machine gun and ammo, I will show you what's happening with 50 cal. So look at 50 cal, again going from 9 AP cost to 12, and the most important one for many of you, not most, many of you, Gatling plasma. In this case, switching a receiver is quite impactful too. AP cost goes up from 12 to 15. And yes, the Gatling plasma generally seems like the AP cost is indeed going up, as that's my Gatling plasma that was really cheap in VATS. Now the lowest possible I have is 12. Mainly because in the past, prime receiver was offering lower AP cost. Now it's increasing AP cost, so it's other way around. So I cannot achieve less than 12 AP. But back to the topic. Now ammo. What will happen if you run this gun, let's say, in the raid or kill enemies with it? Answer is you will not get contextual ammo. Let's see what happens if we check some of the ammo boxes. And then we go into crafting. Crafting will be the way to obtain ammo for light machine gun. The performance of the gun is still great. I mean, those are low-level enemies. But performance of the gun I already tested, and it is still great. Look what they drop now. There is no ammo contextual on dead enemies. They do not drop ultra sight ammo. None of the enemies will. I will jump to daily op in a second to show you what enemies in daily op do. Now ammo boxes. Look what's happening. Random ammo, because I'm holding a weapon that is prime. I'm getting random ammo. So I'm getting random ammo. If I go into the daily op, look, enemies in daily op. So normally they do drop contextual ammo. And they drop mixture as well. So completion of any quest It's basically now when you are running ultra sight gun, it's the same as running melee. You are getting random drops. The cost of crafting ammo and choices, like in this patch, definitely more receivers will be used. The prime will no longer be a default. So you can tell by the increase in AP cost and harder to get ammo, it's no longer gonna be a default. Ultra sight ammo, so if I want to craft 308s, so that's 96 by default, that's the quantity. 96, I need fluorescent, pure fluorescent flux for that. Other ingredients are not important, as limiting factor will be pure flux. So in other words, stable flux. In your inventory, in your stash box, it does show as a stable flux. So if you plan to use ultra sight ammo, you are best to start farming it now and stockpiling in your ammo box. How much can you increase it, you may ask? As there are perks, so the crafting, if you will go for crafting, I bet you are not gonna just craft the default value. You will equip, and you want to equip ammo factory max out, and then under your agility, you want to add ammo smith max out, so that's additional bonus, and then we are going from under 100 ammo per craft to 431, which is better, but still taking into consideration how fast this gun will be able to split the 400, like spit it out 431 bullets, that's really not long. A little bit of combat and you say goodbye to one stable flux, therefore it will be very strategic use case to equip your gun with prime and run ultra sight ammo, unless you already have a huge stockpile in your ammo box. Ammo box, if you do have followed first, is unlimited, so you can have as much ammo of any type in it as you want, as you desire. So you can stockpile on this ammo. As you may tell, I need to catch up on a lot of my stock. I have way too little. I'm good on ultrasight plasma cartridges, but some of them, like barely 23k of 308 rounds. So I will need to stockpile myself on more ammo if I in the future will be using any of that. So that's gonna be expensive, even with perks equipped. And that being said, thank you a lot for watching, and see you in the next one.